Did you know that there is a small country in the middle of the Indian Ocean, where every mountain and every river contains thrilling stories beyond imagination? That is Sri Lanka, a beautiful island located in the south of India. Despite its modest area, Sri Lanka possesses a treasure trove of ancient culture, pristine nature, and a rich history spanning millennia. Many people often glance at this name without realizing that hidden deep within that simple appearance are strange, unique, and extremely impressive truths. In today's journey, we will explore 15 amazing facts about Sri Lanka, a land where the past, nature, and people blend together in a fascinating way. If you find it interesting, please leave a comment, and wait for the next part right after. Fact 1. The cradle of civilization over 2,000 years. Do you believe that there were cities that were once as brilliant as the capital of light of Asia more than 2,000 years ago? In Sri Lanka, the remaining ruins in Anuradhapura and Polonnaruwa are living proof of a brilliant ancient civilization that once existed on this island nation. Anuradhapura, the first capital of ancient Sri Lanka, was not only the political center, but also the spiritual heart of Theravada Buddhism for centuries. The city is notable for its giant stupas such as Ruwanwalasaya, artificial lakes, and advanced irrigation systems that still amaze modern engineers today. These structures not only served religion, but also demonstrated an extremely high level of technical and social organization. Following that, Polonnaruwa became the new capital and was marked by exquisite stone carvings, royal palaces, and majestic sitting, standing, and reclining Buddha statues full of spiritual symbols. Both cities are now recognized by UNESCO as World Heritage Sites, attracting tourists, scholars, and those passionate about history, architecture, spirituality from all over the world. Fact 2. Temple of the Tooth Sacred Symbol. If you could only choose one place to fully experience the spiritual soul of Sri Lanka, then the Temple of the Tooth, Sri Dalada Malagawa, in Kandy City is definitely a destination not to be missed. This is not only a magnificent architectural work located next to a tranquil lake, but also the most sacred place in the hearts of the Sri Lankan people. Located in the cultural center of Kandy, the last capital of the Sri Lankan dynasties, the Temple of the Tooth is where the tooth relic of the Buddha is kept, a priceless symbol of wisdom, enlightenment, and Buddhist faith. Legend has it that the holder of this relic will rule the country, so for centuries, the relic has always been carefully guarded in layers of gold, and has become a symbol associated with royalty and national protection. Every year, millions of Buddhists from all over the world flock here on pilgrimage, especially during the Esala Perahera festival, when the relic is carried around the city with royal elephants, traditional dancers, and sparkling lights. Coming here, people not only come to worship, but also to find deep peace in a sacred space that transcends time. Fact 3. The first country to have a female prime minister. While many countries were still debating the role of women in politics, Sri Lanka made history in 1960 when it elected Sirimavo Bandaranaike as the world's first female prime minister. This was not only a milestone for Sri Lanka but also a global turning point, marking the official presence of women in the highest leadership positions in government. After the death of her husband, Prime Minister Solomon Bandaranaike, Sirimavo not only continued her political career, but also made her own mark with her outstanding vision and leadership. She led the country for 3 terms, implementing many innovative policies such as nationalizing key industries, expanding the education system, healthcare, and promoting social welfare policies with socialist tendencies. Not only was she a leader, she was also an inspirational icon for the global feminist movement, showing that women could be at the forefront of national governance and development. Sri Lanka is therefore recognized as one of the pioneering countries in the political process of gender equality in the world. Fact 4. Diverse ecosystem with more than 20 national parks. Would you believe that a small country like Sri Lanka has more than 20 national parks with the richest ecosystems in Asia? Yes, although the area is only equivalent to a large province, Sri Lanka is known as a biological paradise, with one of the highest levels of biodiversity in the world. This country is home to hundreds of rare and endemic animal species that you can hardly find anywhere else, from Asian elephants, sloth bears, sika deer, rock pythons, to the famous Sri Lankan leopard. Yula National Park is one of the highlights, known as the place with the highest density of leopards on the planet, an ideal place for those who are passionate about wildlife photography. Meanwhile, Uddawala is the kingdom of elephants with large herds living all year round. Wilpattu, the oldest park, stands out with a system of natural lakes that create a unique landscape. Not only animals, the ecosystem here also includes tropical rainforests, semi-tropical dry forests, swamps, mangroves and coastlines, creating a multidimensional and rich natural picture, worthy of being Asia's biological treasure. Fact 5. Top literacy rate in the region. While many developing countries are struggling with the problem of universal education, Sri Lanka has created an impressive feat. More than 92% of the population is literate, one of the highest rates in South Asia. It is worth noting that this achievement does not come from financial abundance, but from the strategic vision and strong commitment of the state to invest in people through education. Immediately after gaining independence in 1948, Sri Lanka implemented a policy of completely free education from primary to university, including tuition fees, books and even dormitories in some schools. The government has continuously expanded the network of schools to remote rural areas, while focusing on training quality teachers and upgrading educational infrastructure. Thanks to this, children from all walks of life, even in remote areas, have equal access to knowledge. This is not only a factor that helps improve the quality of human resources, but also contributes to poverty reduction, improving social equality, and creating a foundation for the country's sustainable development. Fact 6. Ceylon Tea Global Brand. There is a type of tea that has been likened to the green gold of Asia, conquering from the British royal family to the common tea shops around the world, that is Ceylon tea from Sri Lanka. It is no coincidence that this type of tea has become a national symbol and a source of pride in the country's export industry. Since the mid-19th century, under British colonial rule, the tea tree was introduced and quickly adapted to the special natural conditions of the Sri Lankan highlands. With ideal altitude, cool climate all year round, abundant rainfall, and fertile red basalt soil, regions such as Nuwara Eliya, Kandy, Yuva, and Dimbula have become world-famous tea-growing centers. Ceylon tea not only has a light aroma, mild astringency, and clear color, but also carries the story of the plantations, of the hard-working hands, and the rich tea culture. Today, Sri Lanka is one of the world's leading tea exporters, exporting over 300 million kilograms of tea each year to over 100 countries. Each sip of Ceylon tea not only awakens the taste buds, but also awakens a passion for a culture of sophistication and depth. Fact 7. Ethnic and religious diversity. What happens when so many ethnicities, religions and traditions coexist on a small island? In Sri Lanka, the answer is a diverse yet harmonious society where differences create a unique identity. It is this diversity that makes up the soul of the country, a space where Sinhalese, Tamils and Moors live together, each community contributing its own unique piece to the colorful cultural mosaic. The Sinhalese are mainly Buddhist, the Tamils adhere to Hinduism, while the Moors are Muslim, and a minority are Christian. Despite differences in beliefs, customs and languages, the people of Sri Lanka have built a society based on tolerance, sharing and respect. Festivals such as Sinhala and Tamil New Year, Deepavali, Ramadan or Christmas are all celebrated openly and are widely attended by people of other religions. It is the blend of cultures from music, clothing, architecture to cuisine that makes Sri Lanka a destination that is not only beautiful but also profound in spirit and people. Fact 8. Ancient Ayurvedic tradition of traditional medicine. Do you believe that there is a medicine that has existed for thousands of years, without using chemicals, but still heals both the body and mind? That is Ayurveda, a traditional medicine that has been deeply rooted in the lives of Sri Lankans since ancient times, and is still strongly maintained to this day. Born more than 2,500 years ago, Ayurveda is not only a method of treatment, but also a philosophy of life, focusing on the balance between body, mind, spirit. Unlike modern medicine, Ayurveda uses completely natural ingredients such as herbs, essential oils, roots, hot stones, and combines with therapies such as massage, sauna, yoga, and meditation. Sri Lankans consider this a safe, long-term treatment method, especially effective in detoxification, energy restoration, and treatment of chronic diseases. Today, many high-end treatment centers, spas and resorts in Sri Lanka have developed Ayurveda-based wellness programs, attracting international visitors who come to experience the healing lifestyle. More than just a medical heritage, Ayurveda has become an integral part of the Sri Lankan way of life in harmony with nature. Fact 9. The Esala Perahera festival is grand and sacred. Every year in July or August, the ancient city of Kandy in Sri Lanka is ablaze with a rare magical atmosphere. That is when the Esala Perahera festival takes place, one of the oldest and most spectacular religious festivals in Asia. The festival lasts for about 10 days, honoring the Buddha's tooth relic enshrined at the temple of the tooth Sri Dalada Malagawa, the most sacred place in Sri Lanka. Every night, thousands of locals and international tourists gather along the streets to admire the legendary relic procession. Leading the way is the Malagawa Tusker elephant, brilliantly decorated with lanterns and gorgeous embroidery, carrying the relic stupa on its back. Behind it are troops of performers, including Kandyan dancers, traditional drummers, fire dancers, fire breathers, and martial artists demonstrating ancient skills. Not only is it a profound religious ceremony, Esala Perahera is also a unique cultural festival, expressing the national identity of Sri Lanka through music, dance, and performing arts. This is an unforgettable experience for anyone who has the opportunity to set foot in this country during the festival season. Fact 10. The picturesque train route between the mountains and forests. Have you ever been on a train where the scenery outside is so beautiful that you just want time to stop? That is the feeling when experiencing the Kandy Ella train route, known as one of the most beautiful trains in the world. This journey lasts about 6 to 7 hours and takes you through green mountains, vast tea plantations, misty valleys, and peaceful villages scattered among nature. The highlight of the trip is the 9 Arches Bridge, an ancient architectural work built of stone and brick without steel, standing out in the green forest. As the train slowly curves over the bridge, visitors often stick their heads out the window to capture this legendary moment. The space on the train has a nostalgic feel, with wooden seats, wide open windows, and simple but cozy train compartments. The sound of iron wheels rolling on the rails blends with the sound of the wind and the faint scent of tea to create a relaxing harmony, awakening all the senses. This is not just a trip, it is a journey of soul cleansing. Fact 11. Spicy, rich, and indigenous cuisine. If you are a lover of dishes bursting with flavor, Sri Lankan cuisine will make you unforgettable from the first time you enjoy it. With the characteristic use of many local spices, curry leaves, ginger, garlic, coconut milk, and especially hot chilies, the dishes here are both rich and delicate, clearly showing the influence of Indian, Arabic, and Southeast Asian cultures. Rice and curry is a national dish, a plate of white rice covered with many small curries, with different flavors: spicy, fatty, slightly sour or sweet. Each family, each region has its own way of cooking, making the dish endlessly rich. Kata roti, the typical chopping sound on street carts, has become a familiar street music. Meanwhile, hoppers, appa, with crispy edges and soft inside, brings a unique feeling, especially when eaten with coconut sambal. In addition, Sri Lanka also has delicious seafood dishes, traditional sweets such as wadalapam, and Ceylon tea to go with, creating an unforgettable and unique culinary experience. Fact 12. The landscape changes dramatically in a matter of hours. Have you ever experienced the feeling of sunbathing on the beach in the morning, trekking through the jungle at noon, enjoying tea in the misty highlands in the afternoon, and resting in the dry plains at night, all in one day? Sri Lanka is the place where the impossible becomes a reality. Although the area is only equivalent to a small province, this island nation hides an astonishingly strange topographic transformation. From the blue beaches of Marissa or Bentota, you can spend just a few hours in the Sinharaja rainforest, surrounded by the sounds of insects and birds. But that's not the end. Next is the Nuwara Eliya Plateau, covered in white clouds and cold air like Europe in the heart of the tropics. The journey ends in the Anuradhapura Plain, or the dry, sunny north, opening up a completely different scene. Fact 13. Colonial imprints from 3 European empires. What made a small island in the middle of the Indian Ocean become a strategic piece of cake fought over by 3 European powers for centuries? It was its location between important shipping routes, along with resources such as cinnamon, tea, and gemstones, that turned Sri Lanka into a valuable commercial pearl of the colonial era. From the 16th century, Portugal was the first country to set foot here, building forts and spreading Catholicism. Then the Dutch came to take over, expanding the seaports and leaving a clear mark on cities like Goa. Finally, the British ruled for more than a century, turning Sri Lanka into an important colony, thriving in infrastructure, railways, and a British-style education system. Today, architectural heritages such as Goa Fort, ancient churches, courts, schools are still present, uniquely blending with the indigenous culture. Fact 14. Paradise of elephants and whales. There are few places in the world where you can witness the giant blue whale swimming offshore while also seeing hundreds of Asian elephants gathering in the wild, but in Sri Lanka, it is an incredible reality. During the dry season, Minriya National Park becomes the stage for one of Asia's greatest natural events, the gathering, a rare phenomenon that attracts photographers and tourists from all over the world. Equally spectacular, the southern and southeastern coasts of Sri Lanka, such as Marissa and Trincomalee, are ideal places to observe the blue whale, the largest animal on the planet. Seeing them spout, emerge, and dive into the ocean is an unforgettable experience. Fact 15. Favorite filming location of international cinema. Not only attracting tourists with its natural beauty, Sri Lanka is also a favorite destination for the international film industry, where many classic films and large-scale documentary projects have been made. Thanks to its diverse terrain, from jungles, mountains, plateaus to pristine beaches and ancient structures, this island nation has become a unique natural filming location for directors around the world. A prominent example is the Oscar-winning film, The Bridge on the River Kwai, 1957. Although the story is set in Thailand, most of the scenes were filmed in the Kalani River and Kitulgala Forest in Sri Lanka, thanks to the wild scenery and ideal natural light. In addition, the BBC, National Geographic, and Discovery have also chosen this place to film documentaries about wildlife, ecosystems, and cultural heritage. From coastal forts to misty mountain peaks, every part of Sri Lanka could be a living cinematic backdrop, a natural set that requires no set construction. Despite its modest size, Sri Lanka is not just a small country, but a hidden gem of Asia, where pristine nature blends with a thousand-year history and colorful culture. From blue beaches, dense tropical forests, misty plateaus to ancient cities and traditional festivals, every angle exudes a multidimensional and unique beauty that is rarely found anywhere else. Hopefully, through the 15 amazing facts above, you have felt part of the special attraction of Sri Lanka, a destination that is both intimate and mysterious, both ancient and vibrant. Who knows, in the upcoming journey, you will choose this island nation as the next stop to discover the hidden wonders for yourself. If you love this content, don't forget to subscribe to follow the next articles, and comment and share your thoughts about Sri Lanka below.